In the distant reaches of the Andromeda sector, the vast blackness of space stretched endlessly. Stars flickered like tiny diamonds against the dark void, and massive gas clouds drifted silently, their colors shifting with every passing hour. The United Galactic Coalition's observation station, Arcturus 9, hovered quietly in orbit around a small, unremarkable planet. Inside, the station's crew worked diligently, monitoring the countless signals that crossed their sector every day. Lieutenant Kira Voss adjusted her headset as she reviewed the latest readings on her console. Her eyes scanned the streams of data scrolling across the screen, each line representing some distant vessel or natural phenomenon. Kira was known among the crew for her sharp mind and calm demeanor. Many believed she could detect patterns where others saw only chaos. "Signal anomaly detected," her console chimed, breaking the hum of routine communication. Kira frowned. The alert was faint, almost imperceptible, buried beneath the constant traffic of the sector. Yet, something about it felt different. "Location?" Kira asked, her voice steady. The console displayed coordinates far from any known human territory. "Unknown vessel, high velocity, approaching the sector," reported her assistant, a junior officer named Rylan Trevix. Kira leaned closer, her fingers flying across the controls. "Scan for identification, thermal readings, energy signatures, weapon systems." The screen blinked, showing a pattern that made Kira pause. The vessel's energy readings were familiar, yet impossible. "Rylan, run this through the database again," she said, her voice low. Minutes passed. The station's AI processed the data repeatedly, but each scan gave the same answer. "Lieutenant, it's human," the AI stated in its calm, mechanical tone. Kira blinked. "Human? That's impossible." "Confirmed," the AI repeated. "Human warship, fully armed, unknown classification." A wave of silence swept through the observation room. Crew members exchanged shocked glances. Human vessels had been confined to the Sol system for centuries. No human ship had been seen in this sector for generations, and certainly none had been fully armed at this distance. "Display visual feed," Kira ordered. The station's holographic projector flickered to life, revealing a sleek, angular vessel, unlike anything in the Coalition's records. Its hull was dark, reflective, and bristling with weapon pods and defense systems. The ship moved with grace, cutting through space like a predator. Captain Merrick Halden, the station commander, stepped forward, his expression unreadable. "How long until it reaches our patrol boundaries?" "Estimate 15 standard minutes," Kira replied. Her mind raced. The presence of this ship could change everything. The Coalition had always believed humanity was technologically limited, unlikely to venture far from their home system. Now, the truth challenged every assumption. Merrick's voice was firm. "Prepare the fleet for observation. No hostile action unless necessary. I want all scans ready. And Kira? I want answers." Kira nodded, though she wasn't sure she had any. The human warship was unlike anything she had ever encountered. Its movements weren't random. It seemed calculated, precise, intelligent. Every maneuver, every slight adjustment in trajectory, suggested a mind behind the controls. As the minutes passed, the vessel drew closer. Alarms buzzed softly, but the tension in the room was heavier than any noise. Scientists, strategists, and officers crowded around their stations, eyes glued to screens. Kira could feel the weight of history pressing down on her. This was no ordinary encounter. Suddenly, the ship altered its course, performing a series of movements that resembled a calculated pattern. Kira's eyes widened. She had seen similar patterns in historical human space maneuvers, but those were centuries old, confined to simulations and legends. This was real. Rylan leaned toward her. "Lieutenant, it's avoiding the patrol drones." Kira nodded slowly. "Not just avoiding. It's scanning them, learning from them." The realization hit her hard. Human ingenuity was at work, even here, light years from Earth. This ship was not just armed. It was aware, adaptable, and strategic. Meanwhile, the alien monitoring systems picked up the same readings. The Syleth Dominion, a powerful alien civilization in the sector, had maintained control over this region for centuries. Their fleets were advanced, their ships enormous and deadly, yet they had never faced humans beyond rumors. And now, a human warship had entered their territory, armed, capable, and confident. The Dominion's communications channel erupted with messages. High Commander Varric Talon barked orders in a tone filled with disbelief. Identify it. Engage if necessary. Do not underestimate it. Back at Arcturus 9, Kira continued her analysis. She noted the ship's energy patterns, propulsion behavior, and weapon distribution. Every aspect of it seemed designed not just for war, but for adaptation and survival. She couldn't help but marvel. Humanity had always been underestimated, but here it was. A single ship, and it commanded attention across the galaxy. "Lieutenant," Captain Halden said quietly, "what do you think their intent is?" Kira hesitated. "I don't think it's hostile. Not yet. They are cautious, observing everything. But they are fully prepared if threatened." Merrick's eyes narrowed. "So, they could fight, but they don't have to. That's dangerous. For everyone." Kira nodded. "Yes. And it's brilliant. They understand the balance of power. And they're using it." The ship continued its approach, and as it did, a new signal emerged. A communication broadcast, transmitted in multiple frequencies simultaneously. Kira ran the translation protocols. The message was clear, direct, and commanding. "To all sentient life in this sector, we are humans. Our ship is armed and capable. We come in peace, but we will defend ourselves if provoked. Do not interfere." The room went silent. The message was confident, assertive, and unmistakably human. It carried a tone that radiated strength, intelligence, and certainty. Kira felt a chill run down her spine. Humanity had always been underestimated, but this was something else entirely. Outside the observation station, the human warship moved closer to the Coalition fleet. Its presence alone caused smaller patrol ships to recalibrate their courses. Every movement was precise, calculated, and confident. Kira noticed something remarkable. The ship didn't just respond to threats. It learned from them, adapting tactics in real time. Rylan, staring at the display, muttered, "It's like it's thinking, like it's alive." Kira smiled faintly. "Humans are alive, in every sense of the word, and this one is proof of it." The next several minutes passed in tense observation. Coalition scientists scrambled to understand the technology. The Syleth Dominion sent diplomatic ships hoping to negotiate, but the humans didn't engage recklessly. Instead, they tested boundaries, gathered information, and assessed the environment, displaying a calm confidence that unsettled even the most experienced alien commanders. As the human ship moved closer to the outer perimeter of the sector, Kira noticed something subtle but profound. The humans used their environment strategically. They aligned their maneuvers with asteroid belts, gravitational fields, and solar flares, elements that aliens often ignored or underestimated. Each move was a lesson in adaptability and creative problem-solving. Captain Halden turned to Kira. "Prepare a report for the Coalition High Council. This changes everything. Humanity is not what we thought." Kira nodded. Her fingers danced across the console, recording every detail. She knew the data would shock the galaxy. Humans were not only surviving, they were excelling, even in regions dominated by advanced alien civilizations. As the human warship passed through the sector, it sent another message. This one was more detailed, offering coordinates for safe navigation, resource stations, and potential trade routes. It was generous but firm, asserting dominance without aggression. Kira felt a swell of pride mixed with awe. Humans had always been underestimated, often dismissed as backward or naive. Yet here, thousands of light years from home, they moved with authority, intelligence, and courage. The station's communications buzzed with activity. Alien commanders debated strategies, Analysts scrambled to understand the human ship's capabilities, and the coalition leadership convened emergency sessions. But in the observation room, Kira remained focused. She had seen the patterns, the precision, and the intelligence. She knew what this meant. Humanity had entered the galactic stage, and it would not be ignored. As the sun rose over the distant planet below the station, casting golden light across its barren surface, Kira realized something profound. Humanity's arrival was not just a technical achievement. It was a testament to resilience, creativity, and courage. And whatever challenges lay ahead, humans were ready. The human warship continued its silent journey, a lone sentinel in the darkness, fully armed and fully aware. And for the first time in generations, Kira Voss understood that the galaxy had underestimated humanity at its own peril. The story was only beginning. The human warship moved silently through the dark expanse, its sleek hull reflecting the distant light of stars. Every system hummed in perfect harmony, a testament to human engineering and precision. Inside, Admiral Elias Kane stood on the bridge, his hands clasped behind his back as he observed the readouts. He was calm, confident, and fully aware of the magnitude of this mission. Humanity had sent him far beyond their home system, not just to explore, but to assert that humans were capable, intelligent, and prepared for the unknown. "All systems normal," said Lieutenant Mara Holt, the communications officer. Her fingers danced over the controls, monitoring multiple frequencies at once. "No hostile activity detected so far. Alien fleets are observing us, but they are not engaging." Kane nodded. "Good. Maintain course, but be ready. They are watching, learning, testing." Outside the ship, the distant shapes of alien vessels began to appear. The Silith Dominion, a highly advanced civilization, had dispatched several cruisers to intercept the human ship. Their designs were massive and intimidating. Ships with multiple layers of armor, weapons arrays, and AI-controlled drones. But despite their technological superiority, they moved with caution, sensing something unexpected about this small, fully armed human vessel. Back at Arcturus 9, Kira Voss and her team monitored the approaching alien fleet. "They don't recognize the threat yet," Kira said, her eyes glued to the screen. "They're curious, but they're underestimating humans." Rylan Trevix leaned forward. "Underestimating? They've never faced humans before. How can they know?" Kira shook her head. "Humans don't just rely on technology. They rely on thinking, on creativity, and on courage. And this ship is a perfect example." The human vessel sent out a message in multiple alien languages simultaneously. The holographic display in Mara Holt's station showed a clear, firm statement. "We are humans. We come in peace. We are capable of defending ourselves. Do not interfere unnecessarily. Cooperation is possible, but aggression will be met with appropriate response." The alien commanders received the message and paused. There was a murmur of confusion across the Dominion's fleet. No species had ever addressed them so directly, calmly, and confidently. Their AI advisors attempted calculations, but the humans' phrasing, tone, and strategy were unpredictable. High Commander Virak Talon growled in frustration. "Do they think we will simply let them pass? Show them the strength of the Dominion." As the alien fleet advanced, Admiral Kane did not panic. Instead, he ordered strategic positioning, aligning the ship with the nearby asteroid belt. "Let's see how they move," Kane said quietly. The alien vessels approached, scanning and adjusting their paths. But Kane had anticipated this. Using gravitational fields and asteroid cover, the human ship moved in ways that seemed erratic to alien sensors, but were perfectly calculated to avoid direct confrontation while collecting intelligence. Mara Holt's eyes widened. "They're learning from our movements." "Exactly," Kane replied. "And we're learning from them. Every move teaches us something new." At Arcturus 9, Kira observed the humans' strategy with admiration. They are not just armed, they are adaptive, learning faster than any AI fleet the Dominion has deployed. That is, unprecedented. Suddenly, one of the alien cruisers fired a warning shot, a laser pulse that illuminated the space between them. The human vessel dodged with remarkable agility, moving in ways that seemed almost impossible for its size. Kane calmly issued a command. Deploy decoy drones. Let's show them how humans handle pressure. From the ship, small, nimble drones emerged, each carrying minimal energy signatures. The drones split in multiple directions, mimicking the warship's movements. The alien AI systems attempted to target them, but failed repeatedly. Kane's team monitored every reaction, taking note of the Dominion's strategy. Kira Voss leaned back in her chair at Arcturus 9, speaking aloud to herself. They're teaching the aliens a lesson, without even firing a single shot directly. The alien fleet, frustrated and confused, began to adjust their tactics, bringing larger ships closer. But Kane anticipated this too. He activated the ship's adaptive shields, which adjusted to incoming energy patterns in real time. Every attempt by the aliens to predict human actions failed. The humans' combination of technology, creativity, and foresight was unmatched. Impressive, Kane said to his crew. They think they can overwhelm us. Let's remind them why humans are unpredictable. He initiated a series of maneuvers that leveraged environmental factors, asteroid fields, gravitational anomalies, and solar winds to create distractions and opportunities. Alien ships were forced to split their formation, leaving gaps that humans observed and calculated. Mara Holt sent a report to the coalition. They are not attacking, but observing. Humans are adapting faster than their AI predicts. Every action seems deliberate and intelligent. Meanwhile, the Dominion's fleet, realizing brute force would not succeed, decided to attempt diplomatic contact. A smaller vessel moved forward, sending a message in the standard galactic protocol. Identify yourselves. State your purpose. Cease any maneuvers that may be interpreted as hostile. Kane read the message aloud. We don't need to be hostile to defend ourselves. Respond carefully. Mara Holt translated the human reply into all known alien languages. We are humans from the Sol system. Our purpose is exploration and peaceful engagement. We are armed for protection. Cooperation is preferable. Aggression will be met with proportionate defense. The aliens received the message and paused. Kane had deliberately shown strength without aggression, a tactic that was both diplomatic and strategically brilliant. The Dominion realized that these humans were not only capable fighters but also intelligent negotiators. Kira Voss watched the developments unfold on her station. She was amazed. This is beyond anything I expected, she said softly. Humans are showing intelligence, adaptability, and diplomacy, all at once. They are teaching the galaxy how humans operate. Rylan shook his head. They're not supposed to be this advanced. Kira smiled faintly. They've always been advanced in ways the galaxy doesn't understand. This is just the proof. The alien commanders, now slightly cautious, attempted another tactic. They simulated an overwhelming display of firepower, hoping to intimidate the human warship. Massive energy beams lit the dark void, but Kane had already calculated their strategy. Prepare countermeasures, he instructed. Minimal engagement, maximum effect. The human ship responded not with direct fire, but by using the environment to deflect and absorb attacks. The alien calculations failed repeatedly. Kane's crew observed the alien psychology in action, noting fear, confusion, and overcompensation in their maneuvers. Every move they make teaches us, Kane said calmly. Every response we show teaches them. That's how humans expand influence without starting unnecessary wars. The standoff continued for hours. Both sides observed, learned, and adapted. The human warship demonstrated incredible resourcefulness. It repaired minor damage using improvised methods, repositioned drones for maximum effect, and even utilized alien communication signals to predict movements. Kira Voss, still at Arcturus 9, realized something profound. Humans fight differently. They don't just rely on weapons. They use intelligence, observation, and creativity. That is why they are so dangerous and so remarkable. Finally, Kane made his move. He transmitted a new message to the Dominion. We seek peace. We seek understanding. But we will defend ourselves, and we will adapt faster than any aggression you direct at us. Humanity does not underestimate. Humanity does not retreat. Humanity learns and thrives. The alien fleet paused, stunned. This was not just a message. It was a statement of principle, a clear assertion that humans were a force to be respected. Kira turned to Rylan. This changes everything. Humanity is no longer just another species. They are innovators, strategists, and diplomats, all in one. Rylan looked at the holographic display, awe in his eyes. And we've only seen the beginning. As the human warship continued its journey through the sector, it did so with confidence and purpose. Every movement, every decision was a lesson for the galaxy. Humans were resilient, adaptable, and brilliant. They did not rely solely on advanced technology. They relied on creativity, courage, and intelligence, qualities that no AI or alien fleet could fully anticipate. Kane stood on the bridge, watching the stars pass by. "We are not here to conquer," he said quietly. "We are here to explore, to learn, and to show that humanity belongs among the stars." Mara Holt smiled. "And so far we are doing it beautifully." The human warship, fully armed and fully aware, sailed on through the darkness. Behind it, the galaxy began to realize that humanity was different, extraordinary, and unyielding. And for the first time, many civilizations understood. Humans were not to be underestimated. Ever. The human warship glided through the vast darkness, its hull gleaming faintly under the distant starlight. On the bridge, Admiral Elias Kane watched the approaching alien armada with steady eyes. The Silith Dominion had decided to test humanity's strength, sending a fleet far larger than the human vessel. Yet Kane remained calm. "All systems normal. Energy levels optimal," reported Lieutenant Mara Holt, monitoring the ship's shields and weapons. Her fingers moved quickly, ensuring that every system responded perfectly. "They are closing fast, Admiral." Kane nodded. "Let them come. Remember, we fight smart, not just strong. Observe, adapt, and outthink." From a distance, the alien armada spread across the starfield, their ships enormous and intimidating. Hundreds of drones flitted around the fleet, scanning for weaknesses. Their weapons glowed with lethal energy, and their formations were precise, meant to overwhelm any opponent. But Kane had prepared for this. Humanity never relied solely on raw strength. They relied on creativity, strategy, and adaptability, qualities no alien AI could fully anticipate. "Deploy scout drones," Kane ordered. "I want eyes on every sector of their formation." Small, nimble drones shot forward, disappearing into the darkness. They moved like sparks across the void, gathering information, analyzing energy signatures, and transmitting everything back to the warship. Kane studied the data carefully. He wasn't just reacting, he was predicting. Every alien ship had a pattern, and Kane knew how to exploit it. "Admiral," Mara said quietly, "their AI is trying to anticipate us, but it keeps failing." Kane smiled faintly. "Humans are unpredictable. That is our advantage." The first engagement came without warning. Alien ships fired a barrage of energy blasts, each beam aimed to damage and disrupt the human vessel. The warship responded instantly, maneuvering with precision. It didn't try to meet the firepower head-on. Instead, it used gravitational fields, asteroid cover, and rapid shifts in trajectory to evade and confuse. At Arcturus 9, Kira Voss watched with fascination. "They're not just dodging," she said. "They're studying every shot, learning, adapting." Rylan nodded. "And every movement of theirs teaches the aliens, too. But they can't predict humans' next move." The alien fleet became frustrated. Their size and firepower should have been overwhelming. Yet every attack was met with calculated evasion and counter-strategy. Kane had anticipated not only the direct assault, but the psychology behind it. Alien commanders assumed humans would panic or retreat. Instead, the humans remained calm, confident, and inventive. "Prepare defensive drones," Kane instructed. "We will not strike unless necessary, but we will show them the cost of aggression." From the ship, hundreds of drones emerged. Some acted as shields, absorbing blasts and redirecting energy. Others created decoys, appearing as multiple human vessels, forcing the alien AI to waste shots. Every action was designed to maximize efficiency while minimizing risk. The alien fleet recalibrated, bringing larger ships closer to corner the human vessel. Kane remained composed. Activate adaptive shields. Observe their formation carefully. The human ship's shields responded dynamically, adjusting to incoming fire in real time. Energy beams that should have caused catastrophic damage were deflected, absorbed, or redirected. The alien commanders grew more cautious. They had never faced an opponent that could learn and respond faster than their AI predictions. Kira Voss leaned forward. They are not just surviving, they are dominating the battle without firing directly. Rylan whispered, "It's incredible. Humans are teaching strategy without engaging fully. The aliens don't know what hit them, because nothing has yet." Kane issued another command. Prepare environmental tactics. Use the asteroid belt and gravitational anomalies. The human warship weaved expertly through the asteroid field. Alien ships tried to follow, but their size and rigidity made them slow and vulnerable. Humans used the environment to create obstacles, confuse sensors, and manipulate enemy movements. Each alien attack became less coordinated, more desperate. Target the lead ship with decoy drones, Kane said. Force their AI to react to false threats. The lead alien cruiser, massive and heavily armed, fired repeatedly, wasting energy on illusions. Meanwhile, the human ship's crew analyzed every response, calculating patterns and identifying weaknesses. Every move was a lesson in psychology, strategy, and innovation. The Dominion's commanders realized brute force was ineffective. They attempted another approach, coordinated strikes using their drones to flank the human ship. Kane anticipated this. He ordered energy pulse sweeps through the surrounding space. The pulses interfered with the drone's guidance systems, causing collisions and confusion. The aliens' precision faltered for the first time. Mara Holt transmitted reports to the bridge. Their formation is breaking down. Every attempt to corner us is failing. Kane nodded. Good. Keep analyzing. Every reaction is data. Every mistake is an opportunity. The battle continued for hours, though it was less a fight and more a demonstration of human ingenuity. The human warship avoided damage while exposing flaws in alien strategy. It repaired minor systems on the fly, redeployed drones creatively, and used environmental features to maximize defense. At Arcturus 9, Kira realized the significance. Humans are not just fighters, she said. They are teachers, showing the galaxy what true adaptability looks like. Suddenly, an alien cruiser attempted a direct ramming maneuver, a desperate gamble to force humans into combat. Kane remained calm. Evade and counter with minimal energy expenditure. The human vessel shifted at the last second, the alien cruiser narrowly missing impact. Kane's team had already projected the enemy's path and calculated the ideal evasive trajectory. The alien ship overshot, exposing its weaker rear armor to the drones. Within moments, the decoys confused it further, forcing it to retreat. Another victory, Kane said quietly. And we haven't even fired our main weapons. Mara Holt smiled. It's impressive. Humans fight smarter, not just harder. The Dominion's fleet began to withdraw slightly, unsure how to proceed. Their commanders had expected a straightforward engagement, but the humans had turned it into a lesson in strategy, adaptability, and courage. Kane knew the aliens were beginning to respect humanity, not just as fighters, but as thinkers. He transmitted another message. We do not seek war. We do not underestimate others. We learn, we adapt, and we defend. Humanity is prepared for peace, but we will never falter in defense of ourselves or others. Cooperation is possible. Aggression will be met with precision and strategy. The aliens paused, receiving the message. It was firm yet diplomatic, asserting strength without provoking unnecessary violence. Kane had established dominance through intellect and foresight, rather than brute force. Kira Voss whispered in awe. They've done it again. Humans have proven they are more than just armed. They are brilliant and adaptable. The human warship continued to monitor the alien fleet, maintaining readiness but avoiding unnecessary conflict. Kane reviewed the data collected from the engagement. Every action, every response, every flaw in the aliens' approach had been recorded for future reference. Humanity's ability to observe, learn, and adapt was unparalleled. Suddenly, the alien fleet sent a message requesting a formal meeting. It was unprecedented. They recognized humanity as a serious and intelligent power, worthy of negotiation rather than attack. Kane nodded. Prepare a response. We will meet them, but on our terms. Mara Holt translated the reply. We accept a meeting. Terms will be mutually agreed. Humanity does not underestimate any civilization, and we expect the same respect in return. The aliens acknowledged, slightly humbled. They had assumed humans would be predictable or weak. Instead, humans had demonstrated intelligence, courage, and creativity, earning a place of respect in the galaxy. At Arcturus 9, Kira and her team watched the events unfold. She felt a mixture of pride and astonishment. Humans are showing the galaxy how they fight, how they think, and how they survive. And it's remarkable. Rylan grinned. They're unstoppable in more ways than one. Kane, standing on the bridge, observed the dark void of space with quiet satisfaction. Humanity had faced its first major test outside the Sol system and had emerged unscathed, respected, and admired. The battle had been less about destruction and more about strategy, intelligence, and courage. Prepare for the meeting, Kane instructed. The galaxy is watching. We will show them that humanity belongs among the stars, not as conquerors, but as equals. Mara Holt smiled. And we will do it without firing a single destructive shot, unless absolutely necessary. Kane nodded. That is how humans win, through thinking, creativity, and resilience. Remember, our strength is not only in our weapons, but in our ability to adapt, to learn, and to rise to any challenge. As the human warship sailed forward, fully armed but calm, the galaxy began to understand something profound. Humans were unpredictable, intelligent, and unstoppable when strategy and courage combined. And in that moment, the Sylith Dominion and the wider galaxy realized that humanity's arrival was not just an event. It was a revolution in thought, strategy, and the art of survival in space. For humans, the test of strength had only begun, but they had already proven that no challenge was beyond their capability. The human warship glided steadily through the star-streaked darkness, its hull gleaming like polished steel in the dim glow of distant suns. Inside, Admiral Elias Kane stood quietly on the bridge, observing the approaching Sylith Dominion envoy ship. The alien vessel was smaller than the main fleet but still intimidating, bristling with sensors and weapons. Despite the tension, Kane's calm confidence radiated through the bridge. Humanity had survived the first test and demonstrated unmatched ingenuity. Now it was time to take the next step. Lieutenant Mara Holt monitored communications channels, her fingers flying over the console. They are attempting to establish a secure link. I am preparing the response protocols, Admiral. Kane nodded. Keep it formal, precise, and respectful. We demonstrate strength without arrogance. The human warship's communications panel blinked to life. The alien envoy transmitted a message in multiple languages simultaneously, indicating their willingness to negotiate. Kane instructed Mara to respond, ensuring the message reflected humanity's values: courage, intelligence, and diplomacy. We acknowledge your initiative for dialogue. Humanity seeks understanding, cooperation, and mutual respect. We do not underestimate any civilization and expect the same in return. The alien vessel paused, scanning every data signature. Inside the envoy, Commander Virak Talon studied the human response. He had expected submission, fear, or at least hesitation. Instead, he received a message that was clear, firm, and intelligent. Humanity had not only survived their fleets, they had impressed, outsmarted, and gained respect. Kira Voss, observing from Arcturus 9, leaned forward. They're doing it again. Humans are proving they belong among the galaxy's most capable species. not by domination but by intelligence and courage. Ryland Trevix nodded. And the aliens can't hide their respect. It's in every move they make. Back on the human vessel, Kane gave his team detailed instructions. Prepare for an initial exchange of officers. Maintain vigilance. Observe every cultural and technological nuance. Learn, adapt, and represent humanity with honor. The human and alien ships approached carefully, maintaining safe distances. Sensors recorded every signal, every wave of energy, every mechanical movement. Kane knew that first impressions were vital. Humanity's reputation now depended on diplomacy as much as on strength. When the ships reached a stable position, a holographic projection emerged from the human warship. Kane appeared at full height, his posture confident but non-threatening. "Commander Talon," he said calmly, "we are humans. We come seeking dialogue, understanding, and a chance for peaceful coexistence. Our weapons are ready for defense, but our purpose is cooperation." Virak Talon's image flickered across the display. His expression was cautious but curious. "Admiral Kane, your arrival was unexpected. Your display of power is unusual. Most species would have attempted to flee or attack, yet you have done neither." Kane inclined his head slightly. "Humanity adapts. We learn. We do not act recklessly. We understand that true strength lies not only in force, but in intelligence, creativity, and courage." The alien commander studied the human carefully. It was unusual for a species to articulate confidence, strategy, and diplomacy with such clarity. Even their technological design reflected thoughtfulness and ingenuity. Virak Talon realized that this single human ship had changed the way the Dominion perceived humanity. Meanwhile, at Arcturus 9, Kira Voss and her team monitored the exchange. "Humans are not just fighting," she said softly. "They are teaching the galaxy what it means to be intelligent, brave, and principled." Ryland added, "And they're winning respect without firing a shot. That's impressive." The dialogue continued. Kane and Talon discussed matters of territory, exploration, and cooperation. Kane emphasized that humanity sought no conquest or domination. Instead, they wanted safe passage, mutual knowledge, and shared opportunity. "We wish to contribute positively," Kane explained. "Humanity brings innovation, creativity, and resilience. We seek alliances that respect individuality, freedom, and growth. Cooperation benefits all civilizations." The aliens were cautious but intrigued. No species had ever combined technological capability with such intellectual and moral clarity. Humans had not simply survived. They had transformed fear into respect. Virak Talon studied the warship's adaptive shields, energy patterns, and drones. "Your strategies are remarkable," he admitted. "Few could withstand the initial test and emerge without significant loss. You have demonstrated intelligence, resilience, and honor." Kane inclined his head. "That is humanity. We rely on thought, courage, and adaptability. Violence is a last resort. Innovation is our strongest weapon." The two leaders reached an understanding. Kane proposed a formal meeting of representatives from the Dominion, the Coalition, and humanity. "Let us establish a framework for cooperation, peace, and mutual exploration," he said. "Humans do not underestimate others, and we ask for the same in return." The alien commander considered the proposal. "It is acceptable. You have earned a place at the table, humans. Your presence has changed the calculus of this sector." Back at Arcturus 9, Kira let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. "They did it. Humans have earned recognition. They've turned hostility into respect." Ryland smiled. "And without firing their main weapons. Incredible." Kane prepared for the next stage. His crew organized data sharing, cultural exchanges, and technology demonstrations. Humans wanted to show their values as clearly as their capability. Every maneuver, every signal, every action was deliberate, demonstrating precision, thoughtfulness, and honor. The human warship approached the Dominion's command station. Docking was not necessary, but they aligned to establish a stable communications array. Holographic panels projected human engineers, scientists, and diplomats. Kane introduced his officers, emphasizing their purpose: collaboration, peace, and mutual understanding. Virak Talon observed quietly, "Your people are extraordinary. You are not merely armed or intelligent. You are principled, adaptable, and courageous. It is rare to see such a combination." Kane nodded. "Humanity survives not because of brute strength, but because we learn, adapt, and work together. That is why we are here. Not as conquerors, but as partners." The Dominion representatives discussed protocols for cooperation. Kane explained human approaches to problem-solving, resource sharing, and defense. The aliens noted the clarity, simplicity, and effectiveness of human strategy. At Arcturus 9, Kira recorded every moment. "Humans are not just surviving the galaxy," she said. "They are reshaping it, quietly, through intelligence and honor." As negotiations continued, Kane introduced a plan to establish a shared research outpost in the sector. It would allow humans and aliens to collaborate on technology, exploration, and environmental protection. The Dominion accepted, impressed by the practicality and thoughtfulness of the proposal. Mara Holt smiled. "They are learning cooperation faster than confrontation. Humans are extraordinary." Kane reviewed the progress. "We must continue demonstrating intelligence, patience, and creativity. Respect is earned through action, not words." Meanwhile, smaller Dominion vessels began cautiously approaching the human warship. They were curious but careful, observing human drones, shields, and engineering techniques. Each encounter further proved humans' ingenuity, adaptability, and restraint. Kira Voss noted the broader significance. "Humans are showing the galaxy that strength is not just in weapons, but in mind, courage, and strategy." Rylan nodded. "And they're inspiring others to rethink everything they thought they knew about humanity." Kane oversaw the final stages of the negotiation. Humans and aliens agreed on shared exploration zones, trade protocols, and emergency coordination. Humanity's ability to combine defense, diplomacy, and intelligence had turned what could have been war into a galactic partnership. Finally, Kane addressed the Dominion representatives one last time. "Humanity's arrival is not a threat. It is an opportunity. We seek knowledge, friendship, and mutual respect. Together, we can make this galaxy safer, smarter, and stronger." Virak Talon inclined his head. "Your people have shown wisdom, courage, and honor. We acknowledge humanity as a capable and respected power. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter." Kira Voss, observing from Arcturus 9, allowed herself a small smile. They did it. Humans have changed the galaxy's perception. Not through war, but through intelligence and courage. Rylan grinned. "And they've set a standard. The galaxy will never underestimate humans again." The human warship departed from the Dominion fleet, leaving behind a lasting impression. Its journey had shown that humans are not just survivors, but innovators, strategists, and peacemakers. They had faced superior forces, adapted to challenges, and earned the respect of a powerful civilization, all without unnecessary conflict. Kane looked out at the stars. "The galaxy has noticed us," he said softly, "and humanity is ready for whatever comes next." Mara Holt nodded. "We've shown them what humans are capable of, and this is only the beginning." As the ship sailed toward uncharted space, the stars stretched endlessly ahead. Humans had entered the wider galaxy not as conquerors, but as partners, innovators, and a force to be respected. Their journey had proven that courage, intelligence, and adaptability were stronger than weapons alone. The galaxy would remember this moment. Humanity had arrived, fully armed not just with technology, but with ingenuity, honor, and determination. And as new civilizations prepared to meet humans for the first time, one fact was certain: the stars would never underestimate humanity again. The warship moved forward, carrying not only humans but hope, ingenuity, and a legacy that would shape the future of interstellar relations. The adventure had begun, and the galaxy was watching. Humanity was ready.